Around 1630, Gaspar Berti built a water manometer on a wall of his house and observed that the water always climbs in the tube to a maximum of around 13 feet, if a good vacuum is maintained in the tube. It also he observed that if water is made heavier by adding salt, the column is shorter. Torricelli replaced water with mercury, studied properly the topic, and the concept of atmospheric pressure slowly became basic information. Stephen Hale, as most of the physicians of his time, has a lot of reasons to believe that warm-blooded animals are somehow pressurized. In 1733, Hale inserted into the artery of a horse a brass tube connected to another tube, a glass one, and was able to observe the blood pressure of the animal and how it fluctuates with the heartbeats. In 1847, Carl Ludwig uh, refined Hale's experiment and inserted a catheter into a patient artery and hooked it to a recording instrument which used the quill attached to an ivory float to sketch blood pressure reading on a rotating drum. In 1896, Italian physician Scipione Riva-Rocci introduced the mercury sphygmomanometer, which used an inflatable cuff on the upper arm to nullify the arterial pulse while observing the pressure at which this occurred. This method is still in use today. In 1905, Nikolai Karatkov observed that the arteries made kazoo-like sound when the inflatable cuff is being tightened or loosened at around minimum blood pressure. This was the final needed refinement. Our collection of sphygmomanometer is slowly becoming comprehensive. We have a Riva-Rocci instrument, including the rubber pump and the enigmatic second rubber ball that ensures smooth changes of pressure in the cuff. My own mercury sphygmomanometer, purchased almost 40 years ago directly from the pharmacy, is the last one in the series of mercury apparatus we present here. My preoccupation with sphygmomanometers started a few years ago when, after watching and watching a discarded box by which I passed every day wondering what the heck is this, suddenly it hit me. It was an aneroid sphygmomanometer with complex function built with Renaissance-like technique. Obviously, I will be admonished for the statement above. And indeed, it's a gut feeling, not the point of view of an expert. The canvas back hides a rubber bellows now fully stiffened and crumbled. The bellows will elongate vertically, linearly with a pressure up to 300 torrs. How we know that? We measured forces with the dynamometers and ratioed them to the active surface of the bellows. The pressure in the bellows is created by a suction pump, which has a one-way valve at the bottom. The bellows has an exit, which you cannot see here, where it can be connected with the cuff. The hole in the front of the box is where the converter from spring compression to pressure unit used to be. Paolo Breni thinks this apparatus is homemade, but it has too many details characteristic to a small manual production line to be just homemade. We build a model which confirms our understanding. The modules works exactly as expected. What is fascinating about this instrument is that it compares with the modern aneroid sphygmomanometer as how one of Leonardo's machines compare with the modern ones. This type of understanding, true or false, will keep me upbeat forever. Tycho's aneroid sphygmomanometer is probably the most representative apparatus of the aneroid type and the only one produced for consumers market today. From the point of view of functionality, it is exactly the same as the wooden one in our collection. The sphygmomanometer right now on your screen is encased in an Art Deco box. Nothing else to be done to improve this apparatus, but to make it aesthetically pleasing.